even when there are pint-sized pirates and pull-ups threatening to climb the stacks and mutiny unless they're given their grapes and goldfish soon, because these patrons know and love the same books I do, and usually that's a high like no other. It's not quite doing it for me today, though. Easy to blame the distraction of my exploding Mr. Romance email inbox, except every time I got another interview request, virtual high five, or the occasional ass-chewing from someone offended by the word dick in my post from Sunday, I find myself wanting to forward it to Parker. Possibly because, as soon as I launched the blog, she texted me, "Holy duck, you're about to do the Ho Virginia. You're going to need a public retaliations and meerkat staff." I don't have a clue what that do the Ho Virginia part was about, and the truth is I like my blog small, manageable, and for fun, but you can see why she's hard to forget, even when I'm in the middle of my favorite part of the week. I'm a little bored with paranormals, but I don't want something contemporary. Nothing too real. One of my regulars is telling me at the high counter that serves as our desk. I thumb Amanda Collins' novel off the shelf of the rolling cart I stocked this morning to prepare for the onslaught. Try this, Regency romance with some mystery and intrigue. She eyes the soft-toned cover with the smiling young model in period dress, then gives me the dubious eyeball. Trust me. She doesn't smile back, even though I've never let her down, and I know she'll be hooked as soon as she tries it, so I go back to my shelf and produce a Beck McMaster romance. It's possible I'm off my game today. And a steampunk for backup. Steampunk? Like historical paranormal with technology. Big bads, cool gadgets, but you have to promise to read both. Now she beams at me. The next woman in line lunges across the counter and squishes me in an awkward hug. "I just wanted to say thanks for what you did on your blog," she gushes. "The world needs more men like you." My pleasure. She's in my age range, but the big rock on her left hand tells me she's not trying to cop a feel, which is also a danger when you're known as Mr. Romance, more so than dancing in a loincloth at a bachelor auction had been, if you can believe it. I pat her shoulder, hands above the danger zone and in clear sight of anyone watching or snapping photos with their phone, because my regional manager is a romance-hating prick who's been looking for an excuse to fire me for months. Buy his grown daughter a book at the bookstore and take her out to coffee, and suddenly you're enemy number one. The next patron steps up. She's also a regular, pulling two little rugrats behind her while clutching a stack of kids' books to her chest with her other hand. "I can't find the next Lucky Harbor romance. I need the next Lucky Harbor romance." I peel a Jill Shalvis off the shelf. Saw it come back in yesterday, and I know from experience that this particular mother doesn't get our online reservation system. This one? "Oh my God, can you come home and give my husband lessons? He can't even read my mind about picking his socks up off the floor." "Does he have to wear socks?" She straightens. "You know what? You're right. If he wants clean socks, he can either hit the hamper or he can clean them his own damn self. God, you're good." Nah. I've just read a few thousand romance novels, none of which have prepared me adequately for the walking contradiction that is Parker Elliott. I help the mom restack her books so they don't slide out of her arms while her adorable blonde daughter picks her nose and her rambunctious son strains against the chest harness disguised as a teddy bear backpack that he's strapped into. Children's leashes. I've helped enough women search the stacks for hiding rugrats to appreciate the utter brilliance. The chaos fades as the women and their little grumpopotamuses straggle off the floor, leaving a more manageable crowd in the adult section. I flag down my partner in crime, a friendly single mother of two who's helping an elderly gentleman search for a particular book on the history of World War I, and offer to pick up her usual from the corner deli. I make my way downstairs and almost miss Gertie, my branch manager and immediate supervisor, giving me the shut the fuck up and get in here if you don't want to die glare from the doorway leading to our small office area. She and I go way back, and she's always been more like a second mom than a boss. The fact that I'm reading profanity into her body language can't be a good sign, because to the best of my knowledge, Gertie's never even used the word fart. She prefers to call it tooting. Also, she likes to remind me from time to time that she, too, used to change my diapers. Her boss, however, who's standing wide-legged in my cubicle, his face mildly reminiscent of a pickled beet that needs to sneeze, has probably never touched a diaper in his life. As I mentioned, he's never been my biggest fan.